Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. This is my last video for tonight. So as you guys know, we've had a lot of issues in Charlottesville, Virginia over some fracking statues. So early either this morning or yesterday, the Stonewall Jackson statue was attempted to be vandalized and two men were caught. And yes, when I first heard the news, the first thing I said was, Lord, don't let them be black, and congratulations, they were not black men, they were white men. Nicholas McCarthy Rivera, age 31, and Jesse Tobias Barn, 44, were found and arrested at the statue of Confederate Thomas Stonewall Jackson in Charlottesville at 3:25 a.m. The two residents were charged with felony vandalism and misdemeanor trespassing. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, because of all the stuff that's been going on, I'm on the fence. And I'm going to tell you why I'm on the fence. Because this sounds like a clear and present, it sounds straight up like a setup. Alright? And the reason why I say it sounds like a setup, because it was too convenient. You know what I mean? It was too convenient for them to catch these two young white guys. And even though one of them names did not sound white to me, sounded more like Spanish. But there's two types of Spanish. For people who don't know, if you're Spanish but not Mexican, you're Spanish from Spain, they are actually white people. Alright? And if you do know that, then I'm sorry for taking up your time. But this, it seems like a big, convoluted setup. And I'm going to explain that. And the reason why I say that is because when you think about it, the people who wanted the statues down, there were some white cats that wanted down. There was a frack ton of black cats that wanted down. Sadly, a bunch of black people got wounded, and one white lady lost her life when the Unite the Right people came here. So as far as I know, it could be some people from the Unite the Right that decided we're going to go undercover and vandalize the statue, because if we can sucker the law enforcement into thinking that people who want the statue taken down are the ones doing it, then we got a better chance of keeping the statue up. I like to call that reverse psychology, because that's exactly what the doctors will probably call it too. The thing with that is, it's too easy, because it happened 2 times before that and they never got caught. And this time, it's like the cops was waiting. So the cops done set up surveillance on these damn statues. Well, why hadn't they set surveillance up the first couple of times that the shit was vandalized? You would think that that would be the first thing that they would do after the very first time. See, if I was a cop, then I would straight up talk to the commissioner or the chief or whoever the hell was say, hey, look, this shit got vandalized one time. It's time to take effective action. And I got that from my teacher. We can be proactive or reactive. And so it's time to take proactive course and just put cameras all around the damn thing and put it on a live feed. I'm sure we can jump it off the historical museum, and I'm sure we can jump the power off the courthouse, because those are where the statues are. One is right in front of the Historical Society Museum, and one is at the courthouse. So you're going to tell me we can't put surveillance on there after the very first time? Or better yet, after the Unite the Right incident that cost a young lady named Heather Heyer her life? We couldn't have put surveillance cameras up then, so then we would have never had any other vandalism in the first place. People wouldn't have been messing with the tarp. So, it's kind of feeling like a bit of a setup. And I'm not a detective. My Batman senses and my spider senses are not going off, but it feels like a damn setup to me, because it was too easy for them to not have put surveillance up the first 2 times that this shit happened. In fact, they could have put surveillance up the week after the Unite the Right thing. We had an incident. So why did y'all wait 2 years to decide, hey, let's put some cameras out here. Let's put some unmarked cameras and just hide them up in the park and see what the hell happens? That's too wishy-washy. Because if you think about that shit logically, that would have been my first state as soon as the whole clusterfuck race riot thing happened. The first damn thing I would have done was set cameras up and nah, we can't let this happen again. because not too long after the race riot clusterfuck, shit started happening to statues. Now, the bad guys could be doing these things to the statues to make sure that the statue stays, because reverse psychology is a motherfucker. Or as we like to say in our Jedi school, Jedi mind trick. You know, you never know. Weigh your pros and cons on that, and you guys can Google Charlottesville statue vandalism, and you'll be able to find it. I'm James Williams, Cover Epic number 2. Be seeing you.